Welcome to the Butterfly Effect. I'm Chris Horner. This is stage 21, Giro d'Italia, the last stage. It's a time trial, 30 kilometers long, just about 19 miles in distance. Pancake flat. We got some drama up there for the stage win because some bad luck starts to happen. Now, of course, Filippo Ganna, world time trial champion. He won every time trial in the Giro d'Italia last year. This year he won the first stage time trial, and now he's going to try to book in the time trials here at the Giro d'Italia. He's going fantastic. The speed is absolutely blazing, and we see all the time checks are exactly what you would expect from Ganna, world time trial champion. With about 2 kilometers to go, though, things get exciting because he flats. When he's on his bike, he's pointing to the back wheel to the mechanic. Right then, the team in the car should already know how to prepare for this particular situation. If you were to flat early in a time trial, it's possible they would change the wheel, but because it's the back, almost never they would prefer to change bikes. That's usually the fastest, but with 2K to go, no questions asked, you're going to change the bike. The mechanic is fast. Ganna is absolutely blazing. When he stops, he'll lock up the front brakes, lift the back wheel, and he'll just step over the handlebars and dismount from the front end of the bike. It was pretty magical to watch. I remember doing some mountain bike rides back in the day, and whenever things got hairy, I'd do the same thing. Lock the front brake up, step off, swinging the legs over the front handlebars. I'd run and let the bike fall. There we see Ganna doing the same thing. His bike will land against the fencing there, and he'll leave it. He'll run back to the mechanic's car where the mechanic's running towards him with his spare bike. A very fast dismount from the top of the car for the mechanic and running towards Ganna with the spare. Ganna will jump on it. He'll have a little problems clipping into the pedals, but no problems because his mechanic's giving him amazing push and sends him off as Ganna gets on the pedal and starts stomping all the way to the finish. He'll be race leader on this stage when he crosses the line, but there is some guys coming behind him, and they're coming fast. We see him do some battle there with Affini, the Jumbo-Visma rider, but he won't be fast enough to take the lead away. Behind, it's Remy Cavagna who's flying, and we can see that there's a possible new stage winner on today's race. Remy Cavagna is just blowing down the last 1K. He dives into the left. There's another left waiting for him, and he's all the way on the left side, inside of the turn, when he realizes that he's in the wrong spot and just keeps going straight through the left, right into the fencing. He'll get up fast and jump on his bike. Folks, when I'm watching this, immediately when he came out of the long straightaway into the left, perfect position in that turn. Then he stays left, and I'm thinking, he's not going to make the turn. There's no way you can make the turn from left side on how hard this left turn is coming up. The problem is it came really quick after the first left just before there, only about 100, 150 meters later. And when he can't make that turn, I'm thinking, wow, how did you mess that up? Was his head just down like this? Was he not thinking? Sometimes in the car, the directors are giving the riders instructions about the turns coming up. So I'm thinking in my head while I'm sitting on the couch, maybe the director said it's an easy turn, it's a soft one or something like that, and he messed up that way. But even as a rider, normally when you see that left coming up, you would know to move right and swing. After they push him off on his bike and get him started going again at 500 meters, then it becomes clear what happened. The next left is actually not a left. It's a left-right chicane. If they had pre-rode the course, you would know that you could stay on the left side like he did the turn before, and you would be able to make straight through that little chicane and just with a little on the bike, and you'd make it through losing no time. It became crystal clear once I saw that next chicane there what happened. As he was coming down to the left turn that he crashed at, he's looking at that. It looks like the chicane turn. He miscalculated with the 2 lefts instead of, he's thinking it's a left, hard left, followed by a chicane. Instead, it's left, left, then chicane. So all it was is he miscalculated. Now, whether if it was Remy Cavagna's fault or the director driving the car, I'm not sure because, like I said, the directors will absolutely be giving the riders instructions about what's coming up. When I won the Vuelta, for example, in 2013, I had Acevedo in the car, and he was amazing on all of the turns. Some of the descents there that year at the Vuelta, I was doing 50, 70K an hour. And the director back there, Acevedo, would just tell me, you can stay in the bar horns. You can stay like this the whole time through this turn. And I'm thinking, I don't think you can stay through this, but he's telling me I can. I would stay in the bar horns doing 70K an hour and go through the turn. And as soon as I come through the turn in the bar horns, I'd be thinking, thank you, Acevedo, for that instructions. Now when I'm sitting on the couch, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know if it's the rider's fault or the director, but one thing's for certain. He missed a turn, end up on the fencing, and loses a chance at today's stage by 12 seconds. Would he have won? I don't know. I'd call it about a 10-second delay there. Filippo Ganna, though, had a flat 2 that easily cost him 10 or 12 seconds, so it's all even Stevens in my book. There you go. Filippo Ganna will leave no doubt about who's going to win this particular time trial with that blazing speed and Remy Cavagna's mishap in that left turn. Now, there's a battle for the GC. The stage was perfect, and that was fantastic drama, but in the GC, we have the top 10. Dan Martin, he's not in it. Tobias Foss, he's not a threat from Dan Martin, and there's no way he's going to move up to 8th. The real battle for GC is 8th through 5th spot, maybe 4th, but 4th with Alexander Vlasov. He's a pretty good time trialist, so there's not much of a battle there. 5th through 8th, though, you're talking Joalan Almeida, who's back there, and we all know he can time trial. He throws in a blazing time on the saddle, and he'll move up to 6th, tied with Martinez, who does a really solid time trial on today's stage and moves into top 5 at this year's Giro. Now the top 3, Egan Bernal was just absolutely smooth and calm like a bomb. Hard on the pedals on the straightaway. Every turn just smooth and easy and flowing. Up in front of him in 2nd, Damiano Caruso believes there is a chance to possibly win the pink jersey. He's throwing everything into it, but he's not going to be able to make up enough time on the Colombian rider Egan Bernal, who's just doing a solid TT on today's stage. Egan Bernal will win the pink jersey at this year's Giro d'Italia, and he'll do it in fantastic style, hands raised, coming across the line in the TT. If I thought you got to stand up and salute when you come across the line on a TT, I would love doing TTs, but since that rarely happens, that's why I've never appreciated doing TTs, to hurt and suffer that much. But when you're race leader, 2-minute lead, you know the time splits. Egan Bernal is told from Ineos, directors driving the car, he's won his Giro d'Italia, first time, 2nd Grand Tour victory with 2019's Tour de France win. Egan Bernal was fabulous this whole three weeks. The first 2 weeks, he was just absolutely amazing. The last week, it was a team effort from Ineos Grenadiers to protect his lead throughout the final week. They did an amazing job. They'll win the team classification, and if there was ever a team that deserved the team classification more, I've never seen it, because they were absolutely fantastic throughout the 3 weeks, but the last week, just amazing. And they're up there on the podium with staff and management and everything. Really big team effort for this Giro d'Italia. Damiano Caruso, he does a fantastic ride to finish 2nd. Simon Yates had no threat of losing the podium here at the Giro d'Italia, and not much of any chance of going 2nd, and clearly no chance of 1st. So he did a smooth, easy ride up there to finish on the podium here at the Giro d'Italia. A fantastic race here at the Giro d'Italia. I enjoyed all the stages. One thing to point out, we had 13 different individual winners that have never won a Grand Tour before in their career at this Giro d'Italia. That's an amazing number, 13. My man, Victor Campenaerts was one of them. The Quebeca Ossos rider really put on a show. I've missed that he had a knee problem and dropped out near the finish on this last week. But Victor, a great ride. Egan Bernal, his first Grand Tour win. He's part of that 13 there. Won not just 1, but 2 stages. Ineos Grenadiers, they win 2 more stages with Filippo Ganna, book ending just like he did in last year's Giro with the time trial on stage 1 and the ending time trial on today's stage 21. Along with all those victories, they'll take the Young Jersey Prize with Egan Bernal, of course. In the points competition, Peter Sagan wraps it up and takes another points classification at a Grand Tour to go with his many green jerseys at the Tour de France. Best climber, Jeffrey Bouchard, held on amazing throughout all the 3 weeks to keep the mountains classification and wrap that up for France and bring it back home for AG2R. It was an amazing Giro. I hope you guys appreciate it as much as I did. Today's stage, the drama was great there between the 3 favorites for the stage, and of course the general classification battle in the top 10 there between 8th and 4th was just magical to watch. It was a beautiful 3 weeks of racing. Look forward to the butterfly effect with you guys again. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon.